Alright, so what is up, guys? This is Feedback. So sorry for not uploading videos recently. So I was pretty fed up with my schedule as you. So I kind of fucked up my content recording and right. So today in this video we'll be talking Genshin Impact. Alright. So for those who are not watching Genshin Impact really, and you can, right, don't waste your time here, right? So as we all know, Genshin version 4.0 just dropped along with the Nation Fontaine, a part of it, and with like also new characters, new stuff, new map, new mechanics, underwater swimming mechanics, and other stuff. Right. So there are tons of events in version 4.0, but however, in today, what I would like to talk about is the character banners. Right. So there are there are actually four character banners in total for version 4.0, right? Which is two in the first half, which is Lyney and Yelan, and another two for second half, which is Zhongli and Tartaglia, which they haven't displayed. Yeah. So in today's video, I'll be talking about whether is it worth pulling Lyney or Yelan. All right. So first of all, we need to know what conditions are you pulling for them, right? So first of all, the number one priority, all right, let me claim this here first. If you are playing the game, you are finding fun. You are finding fun, just do whatever you want, all right? So for what I'm going to say below is for for mostly like two or three kinds of people, right? For the first kind of people, you are free to play. You want to spend your primos wisely, right? You want to invest in something that can actually help your account better and have a better gameplay. For second people, you are meta freaks, alright? You only care about meta and 36 star abyss, like how fast you clear it. Alright. And for third kind of people, um account improvements. Alright. So let's get into the point. So Lyney. So what's special about Lyney is actually he is a pyro bow character which relies on charge attack output. Right. So I actually don't I don't want to pull Liney. Like I have a guarantee running on no wait, it's actually not a guarantee because I go so I have a 50-50, but yet I would not want to bet my my 50-50 on like it's not worth it. I know it's definitely not. Like so let's talk about Liney. So Liney, he is a 5 star character, a 5 star unit, limited, right? And he holds pyro vision, so means a pyro character, and he holds a bow weapon, right? So for bows, like his playstyle is normally based on charge attack, so yeah. So he just need to build like how normal DPS will actually build. So like crit, attack, and pyro damage. Yeah, that's pretty much all. So for his weapons, this is his signature weapon in the like weapon banner. Alright, so it says damage dealt by charge attack increased by 16%, which technically fits his playstyle. For every party member with the same elemental type as the wielder, including the wielder themselves, gain 1 mimic stack. For every party member with a different elemental type from the wielder, gains 1 theatric stack. When the wielder has 1, 2, or 3 or more gimmick stack, attack will be increased by 16, 32, 48%. When the wielder has 1, 2, 3 or more theatric strike, movement speed will be 4, 7. Right, so this weapon is actually pretty straightforward. Right, so this weapon encourages you to play mono element team, like actual mono element team. Yeah, like actual mono element team like triple pyro or like triple cryo or triple hydro or something. Right, so the weapon gives 60 point crit damage. So when you ascend to like when you 90 it, it's going to be 6 point or like 64.4 or something. It's like something around there. Right. So for the artifacts, we have the new artifact set 4 piece. So for a 2 piece, it increases normal and charge attack by 50%. For 4 piece, it like it says my current HP increases or decreases. Crit will be increased by 12% for 5 seconds, max 3 stacks. So means that you get like 36% rate from the 4 piece. But you have to like um control your HP amount. Right. So for the sense it's actually attack and pyro damage will goblet and some crit rate I believe. Right. And flower and feather will right. So this is a C0. Right. Constellations I haven't been doing much work on it, right? But I believe most of us will be no one will actually release C6 unless you really love the character, you sim the character, you like him so much that you can't control your bank account, and then you C6. Alright. So let's go to his talents, right? So for his talents, there are normal attack. Normal attack skillings are actually just pretty decent. Right. So plunging attack, it's like the plunge attack is actually not pretty decent because like as I mentioned, his whole kit prioritizes charge attacks. So his charge attack is actually quite unique. So it says perform a more precise aim shot with increased damage. While aiming flames will run across the head before being fired, different effects will occur based on the time spent charging. So there are actually two charging levels. So one is just a normal charge like you see from on Amber, like other bow characters. But he have a charge level 2 just like Ganyu or Yoimiya. When you charge after the first phase, they start charging charge level 2. Right, so charge level 2 fires off a prop arrow that deals pyro damage. And upon hit, it will summon a green mocking head, firing the prop arrow, and when Lyney has more than 60, it will consume a portion of his HP to obtain 1 proc surplus stack. Max 5 stacks. The effect will be removed after the character spends 30 seconds out of combat. The lowest Lyney can drop to through his HP to 36 pieces of his max. So means by lowest he so the Green Monkey Head can taunt nearby opponents and attract their attacks. Each of the opponents can only be taunted by the head once every 5 seconds. The head will inherit a percentage of Lyney's max. If destroyed or if it's expired, it will fire off a pyrotechnic strike and attack like one nearby opponent. Only one head can exist at a given time. Right, so there's a thing called Arcane. It's a thing in the world, the pro arrow will cause a spear breath torn to this its hit, dealing a line pyro damage. Okay, so let's take a look at the charge attack. Yeah, so his aim shot is actually 75. So the aim shot charge level 1 is 188, right? And the prop arrow damage is actually 276.4 at level 8, right? So the scaling is actually quite mid high. I wouldn't say it's high, but it's mid close to high, right? So the HP cost for an arrow is 20% max HP, right? Not current HP. For this is right. So Green Mockinghad inherited HP is 102% of his own HP, right? And the head duration is actually so the pyrotechnic strike damage is 339 for level. And the spirit breath torn damage is actually 44.1% and comes with interval 6. Right. So this is his most like main point of your damage output. Right. So down to his elemental skill, right? So what does the elemental skill do is actually pretty straightforward. So all it does is when you press E, it just does this. Alright, so when he does the hat trick, alright, so what he does is he deals damage, alright, and for the stack you gain on uh the basic attack stack, I mean the charge attack stack, alright, you gain extra damage and also HP, right? And it has a cooldown of 15 seconds, right? So for his elemental burst, right? So his elemental burst is actually pretty simple. If you look at the kit here, you'll probably get fucking complicated, right? So so what the like elemental burst actually do is he transform into a hat, like a cat head, and then he just runs around for 3 seconds, and then he will like kind of mark enemy around it, and it ends. It just or you can manually end the duration like by pressing E or pressing the skill button, right? So his first ascension talent, the level 21, if he consumes HP when firing off a prop arrow, it's the second level of charge attack. The green mocking has summoned by the arrow upon hitting a bullet. Store 3 energy for Lyney and increase the damage dealt by 80. So this is like pretty straightforward. Stack attack on him. Right. Okay, so for his next ascension talent, so this is the reason where people make videos about saying how good Lyney is by giving them just full level 20 artifacts, level 1 talent, and level 90 characters, level 90 weapon. Alright, but a lot of people didn't realize that this talent actually does a really huge impact if you are playing mono. Right, so what these talents actually do is the damage dealt by Lyney to opponents affected by Pyro, received of buffs, increases the damage built by 60%. And each Pyro party member other than Lyney will cause the damage dealt to increase by an additional of 20%. And you can do up to 100% increased damage. So it means that if you have 3 Pyro characters, you technically have other 2, which is technically 40%. So 40% plus this 60%, you're going to end up 100%. So that's a way like you get Jupiter or confused, even if the scaling is just level 1. Because his most important kit is actually like this level 60 ascended kit along with the level. So actually all you need to do is you actually don't really have to invest on the E and Q. All you need to do is like full invest on this like this charge attack, like just the normal attack part of talent, right? So for his passive talent, it's the most unique and also the best um like fountain characters. So it displays a location on nearby resources. Okay, not the mini. Like useful for exploration. So to be dead honest, alright, what would I say about like so like for people who don't have a pyro DP, alright, like you don't have L, you don't have you don't have D-Look, right? And the only pyro unit you have is like Xiangling, Yanfei, or maybe even Thomas Xinyan. Like then you can probably consider Lyney because he overall like if you want to compare like to meta, right? He's definitely not the best, right? He's definitely not the best, but for open world exploration, he is quite good in. All right, and the only downside he have is he's actually pretty single target even if you want to charge attack. Yes, his kit is technically very single target. Right. So for example, for demo run, I'll just do
没事。该走攻击了。压轴表演。
Yep, so that's technically how it is. So it's like you see a lot of big numbers, alright. Like suddenly you see whoa, charge attack like 30 something K or like 50 something K, 60 something total. Alright. So but keep in mind that we are playing Mono Pyro just now. Right? Like yeah, we are playing like Mono Pyro, so like if you hit like pyro affected enemies, you technically just get a huge ton of like damage multiplying. Because it's damage dealt instead of like dealing based on extra attack bonus or something. So it's like just direct multiply. So therefore you can see the damage is like kinda big to be dead honest. Yeah, so every shot you just start. So vaporize it's around like 20 something K around there.
我来保护大家。讲不通就打扁了，热乎热乎嘛。看看这个吧。
So it's like around 20 to 30k or somewhere there. Alright, so if you see the heads, like the head symbol, the head stack beside him, so it's like probably this thing. Alright, like he'll consume a portion of this HP to obtain one prop surplus stack. Right, max 5 stacks. So yeah, so the more stacks you have this, so when you use your E, he will just regen some portion of the HP. Depends on how much stack you have. Right. So by using ulti, you also get one stack of that.
一点小把戏，有大家在身边，冻死了。
Right, so if you don't hit like enemies affected by pyro, damage is really like much lower. So 5 stacks, alright. So 5 stacks. Right, so it's around 48k. So for my own standard here, I feel like the damage is just kind of normal, right? Not too surprising, like for a level 8 talent, right? So it's like, yeah, I just feel like it's kind of normal to be honest. So yeah, after speaking about Lyney, so like my personal like uh review on him, you don't really have to pull, right? If you're on a guarantee, you really don't, right? So you can save your guarantee for the upcoming character, which is a Zong, because Zhongli is like a really top tier support that can literally change your whole gameplay style, right? So you don't really have to go for Tiny, right? You can consider Zhongli if you like really don't have a Zhongli. Yeah, if you are running on a guarantee of 50-50, I highly recommend and suggest you to go for Zhongli, right? But what if you say like I really need characters, but like I don't have a like I really can't control. Like I just want to pull. I just want to like curb the gacha addiction, right? Then I suggest you pull Yelan, right? If you don't have a Yelan, you can just pull for Yelan. Or if you have a Yelan, you can also pull a Yelan so you can get a C1, right? So what is good about Yelan is actually like her value as a hydro off field support unit. Right. So biggest difference about her compared to Xingqiu is actually she can buff your on-field character's damage according to her elemental bursts. Yeah. And also she scales on HP, so this means that she's much easier to build compared to need to get attack. I believe you got more HP you get attack Gobbler or Sense. Okay. Alright. So for her, she is also bow character. Alright. So she is Hydro Vision. So yeah, Hydro Bow 5-star unit. And yeah, this is her signature weapon, Aqua Simulacra. So this thing is insane. It gives out like 88.4% of crit damage. It increases the HP and also increases the damage by the widow of this weapon by 20. This will take effect whether the character is on field or not. Right, so for artifacts, I believe you also most of they'll just give 4%. But if you have a C6 here, consider going for it. Right. So for constellations, it's actually pretty straightforward. So C1 you get another charge for your E, like your skill. The skill just gets one more. So for her C2, it's like it'll fire one more extra arrow for her element every 1.8 seconds. So for C3, it increases the elemental burst level by 3. Right. So C4, if you use like use the elemental skill and hit opponents, all party members max it is by 10%. Right. So maximum increase of 40% max HP in this. So next is C5 increases elemental skill level by 3. C6, alright, C6 is just turning turning all the like the first 5 arrows of her elemental burst into an instant burst damage. So in like after using elemental burst, she will enter mastermind state. Instead of Yelan's normal attack will be special breakthrough barbs. These breakthrough barbs will have similar abilities to normal ones, and the damage dealt will consider charge attack damage, dealing 156% of a normal breakthrough. The mastermind state lasts 20 seconds and will be cleared after Yelan fires 5 arrows. So it means that you're turning her into like a whole sub DPS machine, right? So for our talents, it's pretty straightforward. So normal attack is breakthrough barb damage. Yeah, thing is so for the breakthrough barb damage, it actually has a mechanic. So Yelan will enter a breakthrough state after spending 5 seconds out of combat, which will cause her next charge aim shot to have 80% charge time. And once charged, she'll fire a breakthrough. They will deal AoE hydro damage based on her max. Right. So it's like you need to get out of combat for 5 seconds. Then if you come back, you can instantly get a breakthrough barb damage. Quite nice amount. Right. So for elemental skill, it's actually straightforward. Straightforward. She just runs like Lyney. Alright, I mean like Lyney, Lynette. Right. So what she do is actually if you hold E, she'll run like this. Alright, as well as also marking enemies. Yeah. You'll mark enemies along with the string, and when you end the duration, you just release the string and just use that. So for elemental burst is something similar to Xingqiu. So yeah, and it only procs like if your character uses a normal. It can occur once every second when your active character uses a normal attack. So it's like it procs much faster than Xingqiu, but the Hydra application is like slightly weaker compared to Xingqiu, right? And will occur each time Yelan's lifeline. Okay. So for her first ascension talent, so it's like when the party has 1, 2, 3, 4 elemental types, Yelan's 6, 12, 18, 30. Right. So it means that a more colorful elemental actually like increase Yelan's sake. Right. So for the next one is for level 60 as an talent. So as long as Exquisite Throw is in play, your own active character deals 1% more damage. This increases by a further 3.5% damage every second. Maximum increase to damage dealt. So the pre-existing effect will be dispelled if you use the elemental burst. Right. So it means that if you have a character that plays on field, having this on her will technically increase damage by a lot. Right. So here I'm going to do a shot there. So this is the breakthrough barb. You can see it's like there are 3 circles. So yeah, they deals damage based on max HP. So this is a normal charge attack, as you can see inside. So it's like around 8k or something.
也很疼。
So elemental burst. So
哎呀，
这刹那将是你
so as you can see, like the damage is actually slowly going higher. Yeah, so it's like 6.3, 6.4, 6.6, 6.7, 6.8. Yeah. So that's how hers like the level 60 ascended talent works. So if you are playing like a lot of colorful teams, you can just like mess up all the reactions. So it's
收。该垫一垫了。姿势交织。
alright. So yeah, this is technically that's how her kit actually works. So this is just a trail Yelan. So if you see a proper build Yelan, you probably see all of their elemental bursts like exquisite guys here. You'll probably see like per shot is like probably 9,000 or 10,000. It's something around there. Won't go too far. Right? The highest I've seen is like 10,000 or 11 for a C0 R1. But another issue is her elemental burst actually is not cheap. It's 70 and so you might checking something. So that's why most people emblem and probably like just stack some. Another good thing about her is when you hold E, she runs really fast. So this means that in open world you can actually use her to run long distance instead of like just right clicking or keep pressing the right button. Right. So that's technically all I want to say about both of these characters. Right. So back to what originally I want to say. So for this banner, who are you really like willing to put? If you have to make a choice, I mean, of course, if you have both, it's probably really good for you, right? If you don't have a pyro DPS, or if you don't have like, or if you're running low on hydro, you having both are good. But it's also conditional, as I said. Like depends on your account status and condition to see how would you rather like go for. But if you really really have to make a choice, I would suggest you to go for like since her value is already there for few versions. I believe of you see literally Yelan in every single Abyss Clear video, every version you will see a Yelan in it. Right. So for this, I'll suggest you to go for Yelan. Right. For those who want to go for Lyney, like regardless of whatever reason, you can go for it. But just make sure like you have value if you want to pull for Lyney. Because we all know that primos are actually not like that easy to get. Like excluding events and everything, what you can get from daily commissions for 1 month is actually fucking pen pool. Right. So when you're primo wisely, don't really like just go whiff around town and right. So yeah, that's all I want to say about it. So that's all, I guess. Yeah. So for those who are pulling for Liny or Yelan, I wish you all the best. All right. Like good luck getting your for your Yelan or maybe even signature. Right. So this is Faye back here. Thank you all the way here. And I'll see you in the next video. So